Now I'm going to teach for class 10th the story, very important story. The name of the story is My Greatest Olympic Prize by Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens is an American African Negro who has accepted the citizenship of America. He participated in Olympic game which was held in Germany in 1936. So Germans guided by, headed by Hitler. Hitler always openly declares that Germans are the superior race. They are the Aryans. They are unbeatable. No one can beat them. And here Jesse Owens is coming from America to Germany. The Olympic Games took place in Berlin, the capital city of Germany. And what happened to him, what he achieved, how he achieved, what was his experience in Berlin, the very capital city of Germany, and what he experienced, that he has written in the story. It was the summer of 1936. Please underline the date. Date is very important. It was the summer time and it was the year 1936. The Olympic Games were being held in Berlin. Underline the word Berlin, the capital city of Germany. Because Hitler childishly insisted that his performers were members of a master race. So Hitler is having his own pride and prejudice. He is having his own childlike saying. It is his egocentric feelings that people of his country are the members of a master race. They have that quality and no one can beat them. No one can challenge them. No one can surpass them. Nationalistic feelings were at an all-time high. Germans are actually becoming popular. They are very powerful players because they are having the great and deep nationalistic feelings. They play for the country, they die for the country, they win for the country. That is their motto of life. I was not too worried about all this. Underline this word I. Here I is the writer, the speaker. Jesse Owens, he himself is the writer of this story. It is his own personal experience, what he gained there in Olympic Games in Berlin. So he was not worried about the master race. He had trained, sweated, and disciplined myself for 6 years with the games in mind. So now he had undergone very severe training for 6 years. He trained himself, sweated, and disciplined himself for 6 years to win the Olympic medal, to win the gold medal. While I was going over on the boat, all I could think about was taking home one or two of those gold medals I had my eye specially on the running broad jump. So he is master, he is champion in broad jump. Underline this word broad jump. Broad jump refers to long jump. He was very qualifying person in broad jump, in long jump. So he's sure and certain that he will be getting one gold medal in broad jump. A year before, as a sophomore at Ohio State University, as he was the second year student, underline the word sophomore. Sophomore refers to, in Germany language, the second year student of the university. Second year student of the university, Ohio University. I had set the world's record of 26 feet 8 and 1 by 4 inches. So it is his ever broken record in university level. In Ohio State University, he made a very highest record in long jump, in broad jump. That very jump record is 26 feet 8 1 by 4 inches. Everyone kind of expected me to win that Olympic event hands down. So all his country people, Americans and the university people, his friends, all had expectation that he would be the winner in Olympic Games. There is no doubt of it, because at least he will bring one gold medal in broad jump, which is his favorite one, which is a very popular one, and which is a very, very important for him because he's a champion in that. I was in for a surprise when the time came for the broad jump trials. I was startled to see a tall boy hitting the pit at almost 26 feet on his practice leaps. So when he arrived the very field of Olympic Games in Berlin, he was very much startled. Underline the word startled. He was surprised to see a tall boy who was in a practice long jump completing 26. Practice long jump. Normal jump 26. He turned out to be a German named Luz Long. So the person was a German young boy. His name was Luz Long. I was told that Hitler had kept him under wraps. Underline the word wraps, undercover. So people started saying that Hitler had kept this boy under cover because when the time is required, he will come to the forefront. Evidently, hoping to win the jump with him. But Owen is also promise bound. Owen is also determined. Owen is also confident that he also can win in the game. I guess that if Long won, it would add some new support to the Nazis' Aryan superiority theory. So he's having that sort of a kind of jealousy in his mind, that he's thinking by chance he won the medal, then it would be an addition to the Germans. Nazis are the Germans, having that name given to them, Nazis. Aryan superiority theory. So he will be highlighted, and what Hitler has said, that will be proved. After all, I am a Negro. So that is Jesse Owens' personal confidence. He's telling if Louis Long is a German, is an Aryan, he's telling I'm also Negro. So Negroes are very powerful, they are hardworking people, they are very strong and very determined one. After all, I am a Negro, a little hot under the collar about the Hitler's ways. I determined to go out there and really so. Dear Ferrara, dear Ferrara, underline this term. It refers to the Hitler's leadership. You know, Hitler is world famous as a leader. He has that coordinating capacity. He coordinates his people, always infuse nationalistic feelings in them. That's why Hitler proudly said that my people are master race. His master race, who was superior and who was not. So Jesse Owens also determined that only time will prove who was the master race and who was not. An angry athlete is an athlete who will make mistakes. As any coach will tell you, Jesse Owens realized another personal mistakes that a good athlete, a good player should not be biased, should not be misguided, should not be egocentric. He should not give any place to ego in his mind. Once ego enters into the mind of a player, then he will commit mistake. Any sort of angry attitude will bring problems to the player. That's why the coach, the guide used to tell to the players, always play with the free mind, always play with the happy mind, always play as a good competitors, always play keeping friendship within your mind, within your hearts. I was no exception. So now Jesse Owens is also telling the angry athlete, angry player always commits mistake. And he is also not exception to that. He is also victim to that sort of thing. He became angry. He had that great disliking towards the Germans. He did not like their superiority complex. He did not like their master race, and that's why he got irritated. And the irritation of a player is a very, very harmful, very, very dangerous, that will affect his target. On the first of my 3 qualifying jumps, I leaped from several inches beyond the takeoff board for a foul. So in the first qualifying jump, he committed mistake. Jesse Owens committed mistake. He jumped before the line given, as a result of which he could not make up the target. On the second jump, I fouled. Even worse, when the second trial was given to him, he committed more mistakes. Now he was in a great distress. Now Jesse Owens is in a great disappointment. He could not know what will happen the third round. By chance, third round, he could not qualify. Then he could not get chance to appear for the final. So he was very much worried. And now he started thinking of himself. He is questioning himself. He is self-analyzing himself. thinking that did I come 3,000 miles for this? Now he had a self questioning. Now he just questioned himself. He had his self analysis that did he come crossing 3,000 miles for this to commit mistake here in the land of the Germans. I thought bitterly to foul out of the trials and make a fool of myself. So now he thought bitterly. He started underline the word bitterly. He started thinking very seriously that he was demoralized, he was discouraged, that if the last trial he could not qualify, he has to return home from the practice field. He will not get chance to appear in the final. So it is a very, very shocking thing for Jesse Owens. Walking a few yards from the pit, I kicked disgustedly at the dirt. So as he got irritated, as he got very much disappointed, he started giving heavy kick to the dust, to the dirty things out of frustration, out of irritation. Suddenly, I felt a hand on my shoulder. I turned to look into the friendly blue eyes of the tall German broad jumper. So when he felt someone put his hand on the shoulder of Jesse Owens, he looked at the person, he found he was the tall German, the broad jumper. He had easily qualified for the finals on his first attempt. He offered me a firm handshake. So even if he was my rival party, even if he is my opponent, even if he is my co-competitor, but still he had a handshake with me. Jesse Owens, I am Luz Long. So Luz Long gave his own introduction to Jesse Owens, telling that you are Jesse Owens and I am Luz Long. I don't think we have met. So German young man is telling that this is our first meeting, this is our first friendship, we had never met earlier. He spoke English well, though with a German twist to it. So the young German was speaking English very nicely with certain German twist, because it happens when except British people, rest other people speak English in a twisting manner, because it is purely a English language. So now, glad to meet you, I said. So Jesse Owens replied that yes, I am very happy to meet you, I am very happy to see you. Then, trying to hide my nervousness, I added. So he wanted to hide his nervousness. He is having the nervousness. Yes, naturally, he is completely nervous because his competitor is near him. He has already qualified in the first attempt. But Jesse Owens is already failed 2 times. He lost the chance. Now last chance is there. And asking, I added, how are you? Jesse Owens asked to young German, and young German is telling, I'm fine. The question is, how are you? So now my actually counter question to you. That means German, the young German boy question to Jesse Owens asking, how you are, you tell. What do you mean? I asked. Then immediately Jesse Owens asked, what do you mean by asking this question? Something must be eating you. he said. So young German said to Jesse Owens that something is eating you inside. That means your nervousness is already reflecting on your face. It is your nervousness. It is your uh, very dormanting situation. It is your very disappointment. It is your lack of your confidence. He said, proud the way foreigners are when they have mastered a bit of American slang. You should be able to qualify with your eyes closed. But Luz Long told the very tip to Jesse Owens that you can qualify closing your eyes. Believe me, I know it, and you have a faith in me. What I am telling, please follow it. I told him, and it felt good to say that to someone. So Jesse Owens could not understand how the man is telling me this sort of thing. He is my opponent, he is my rival, he is my co-competitor, but why he is telling me all these things? Believe me, I know it. I told him, and it felt good to say that to someone. For the next few minutes, we talked together. I did not tell Long what was eating me, but he seemed to understand my anger, and he took pains to reassure me. So even if Jesse Owens did not tell about his problems, about his nervousness, about something is eating him, and he did not tell even the cause of his anger, but anyhow, he developed friendship with Luz Long. And he took pains to reassure me, although he had been schooled in the Nazis youth movement. Please underline this term, Nazis youth movement. And Nazis youth movement in Germany, it is the very movement where all the young Germans, they took the very oath, they took the very promise that they will do or die for their country. They will not have any friendship or any sort of link with the people of the other countries. And because they are very determined to do or die for the country. He did not believe in the Aryan supremacy business any more than I did. Even if Luz Long belongs to this Aryan supremacy, but he did not think of that. As a human being, he wants to have the friendship with another human being because friendship is above all. We laughed over the fact that he really looked the part, though an inch taller than I. He had a lean, muscular frame, clear blue eyes, blonde hair, and a strikingly handsome, chiseled face. Underline this word, chisel. Underline all the word. I have to tell you the meaning of the very word. So chisel means clear. Chisel means clear. So now see his physical condition, see his physical appearance, see his physical chemistry, see his body chemistry, see the very body chemistry of this man, Luz Long. He had a lean and thin figure, muscular frame, very well framed body, matching the nice chemistry, clear blue eyes. The Germans are having the cat's eyes, very blue cat's eyes, very clear eyes, blonde hair, very curly hair, and strikingly handsome. He was handsome, he was good looking, he was very attractive, chiseled face, very clear appearance face, very clear appearance face. Finally, seeing that I had calmed down somewhat, he pointed to the take-up board. So now, Luz Long pointed out the take-up board. He pointed out my mistake of the JCONs, the what mistake you are doing at the time of the trial jump. Look, he said, why don't you draw a line a few inches in a back of the board and aim at making your take-up from there? You will be sure not to foul, and you certainly ought to jump far enough to qualify. So he gave a very nice advice, very nice suggestion. Luz Long gave a very nice suggestion, very good suggestion to our JCONs. Said that you put a mark from the line given to you to jump. So you make one more line and always jump from that. There would be less chance of foul. There would be less chance of mistake. And you can jump and you can qualify your jump. What does it matter if you are not first in the trials? Tomorrow is what counts. So if today you cannot actually qualify, no problem. So tomorrow is very important day. You try to qualify in this way. Keep one more line before the given line. Then you jump from your created line. Then there would be, because even if you make some sort of mistake on your line, it will not be accountable. Only what line the referee has given, then that will be accountable. So it should not be disturbed, it should not be affected. Suddenly all the tensions seemed to ebb out of my body as the truth of what he said hit me. So now JCON was greatly surprised. It never happened in the history of mankind. A rival player is giving the tips, giving the clue to another rival player of the other country, the correct way of jumping and to get qualified. So he realized that it is the reality. Yes, it is the right thing. I have to rely on it. It is the way to qualify myself. Confidently, I drew a line, full foot in a back of the board, and proceeded to jump. From there, I qualified with almost a foot to spare. So now he also did the same thing what Luz Long has advised, what Luz Long has suggested, and then he got qualified. So sometimes it happens. A good friend is an asset in the society. A good friend is really a need at the hour of requirement. A good friend always gives a good advice. A good friend should be a broad-minded person. He should be broad-heart person, because he will give everything to his friend. Now JCON is very, very lucky to have that sort of friendship with Luz Long, and now he qualified. That night I walked over to Luz Long's room in the Olympic Village to thank him. So same night he went to Luz Long Olympic Games And when the Olympic Games actually were going on, the people of the different countries are having their different camping. They have the camps, and morning time only they play, night time they rest in the camp. I knew that if it had not been for him, I probably would not be jumping in the finals the following day. So Jesse Owen is now realizing, now he has realized that if Luz Long would not have suggested him to jump in this manner, he would not have qualified, and he has to go back home. We sat in his quarters and talked for 2 hours about track and field, ourselves, the world situation, a dozen other things. So now Jesse Owen had gone to Luz Long. They became very friend. They sat together. They discussed many personal matters and so many other matters. They discussed as and developed their friendship. When I finally got up to leave, we both knew that a real friendship had been formed. So now, when Jesse Owen got up to go home, then he realized that he is not stranger to Luz Long. Now both are become very very intimate to each other. Both have become very dearly to each other. Both have become very friendly to each other. Luz would go out to the field the next day trying to beat me if he could. But I knew that he wanted me to do my best, even if that meant my winning. So Jesse Owen was sure and certain that the next day they have their competition, and in the competition there is a great possibility of Luz Long. He may be the winner, he may win, he may be the winner, he may win, but he is encouraging Jesse Owens that Jesse Owens should be the winner. As it turned out, Luz broke his own past record. In doing so, he pushed me on to peak performance. I remember that at the instant I landed from my final jump, the one which set the Olympic record of 26 feet 5 and 5 by 16 inches. He was at my side congratulating me. So now, final performance of Jesse Owen is a very, 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 very nice, unexpected performance, and in that he broke the record. He was the highest record keeper in Olympic tournaments, and now he has completed 26 feet 5 full and 5 by 16 inches, the ever done record. He was at my side congratulating me, and immediately Luz Long congratulated Jesse Owen that he became the winner. He became the gold medal winner. He is the first person who, even if he is a German, even if he is actually an outsider, even if he belongs to other country, other system, other custom, but now he had a very, very good love and affection, very good intimacy with Luz Long. Despite the fact that Hitler glared at us from the stands not 100 years away. So even if Hitler was just looking at with an angry mood, with an angry nature, but Luz Long did not care that. Both Luz Long and Jesse Owens started moving around the fields. Luz shook my hand, and it was not a fake smile with a broken heart sort of grief either. And when Luz Long had a handshake with Jesse Owens, Jesse Owens realized it is not a fake friendship, it is not a fake, underline the word fake, it is not a false friendship, and it is not a false smile, it is a genuine smile, it is a sincere smile, what a friend actually wishes to another friend. You can melt down all the gold medals and cups I have, and they could not be a plating on the 24 carat friendship I felt for Luz Long at that moment. So Jesse Owens thought that my winning of the gold medal is not important if he will melt all his winning medals and change to a 24 carat uh, will and melt and making a plating on the 24 carat friendship I felt for Luz Long at that moment. So now he's thinking friendship with Luz Long is more important than winning the gold medal. Winning the 24 carat gold medal, because friendship is the greatest gold medal for Jesse Owens. His friendship with Luz Long is a rare gift. It is more than the Olympic gold medal. It is more than anything else in the world. So what Jesse Owens is telling, my greatest Olympic medal, his greatest Olympic medal is not the very Olympic gold medal, but his friendship with Luz Long. His friendship, unique friendship, a real friendship, a sincere friendship. He is very, very happy that his friendship is his greatest achievement. He is not very much materialistic. He is thinking, my friendship with Luz Long is my greatest Olympic prize. I realized then too that Luz Long was the epitome of what Perry de Coubertin, founder of modern Olympic Games, must have had in mind when he said, the important thing in the Olympic game is not winning but taking part. So now the founder of Olympic game, modern Olympic game, he has declared winning is not important but participating, playing well is important. The essential thing in life is not conquering but fighting well. That is another thing, another justified thing, another great thing, a real thing is that only only the essential thing in life is not conquering. Underline the word conquering. Now winning. Winning is not important, but fighting well, playing well, have the nice participation, play well, show your quality, show your talent. That is important. So all the time winning is not important, participation is important, playing well is important. So that is the very motto of Olympic Games. Olympic game openly declares that that winning is not important, but participating is important. The essential thing in life is not the conquering. Essential thing in life is not the conquering, not the winning, but fighting well. You, if you can participate, you can do well. That is your reward. But here, Jesse Owens is telling, my reward, my greatest Olympic prize is not the gold medal, but my friendship with Luz Long. So the story really highlights a great thing. Friendship is above all other things. And because of friendship only, so many things can be achieved. Those are the materialistic they will think of the matter. Those are the good people. They will consider the human relationship. Human relationship is more than any other things in the world. Thank you all.